third place. It's starting to build itself out as well there. So Simon Reed, just got to keep an eye on John Stewart behind him, because that is similar to the fight going on for third and fourth place as the rest of the Division 1 trucks work their way through. Meantime, what's going on for Division 2? Well, I think Luke Garrett is still your leader. Yes, he is. He's got one of the Division 1 trucks just ahead of him, so it's helping him pull along, isn't it?
Yeah, number 16, bit of body work going on the right-hand side.
Yeah, so that'll be the truck of Brad Smith, who's moved up from 4th on the grid there, so he's made a couple of positions up, but yeah, maybe barging his way through with that damage kind of theme on the right front, but he's doing well, and he's keeping himself up there in the podium position. But what I did notice is the man who makes this start from Division 2, John Powell, truck number 6, has now fallen to the back of the field, so there was skirmish that went on that first lap. So up they go towards the place and Coppice once again. I think Jenks has also found himself, a little bit lower down than where he should be as well. So truck number 69, David Jenkins, who qualified in 5th place, now down to 7th position. So another man who has had some problems within this race at the minute. Behind Michael Oliver, just up the road from them, is the 81 truck of Mark Saylor. But Ryan Smith, the dominant man who has been for many years now in British Truck Racing Championship, he is continuing to extend that lead over Stuart Oliver, and it looks at the minute, Steve, like he's doing a good enough job, isn't he?
Yeah, he looks pretty comfortable out there, doesn't he? I know he didn't have any issues with brake temperatures, that type of thing, and I can imagine that with that sort of buffer that he's got there now, he can drive his own line and just steady things up a little bit, make sure it finishes the race. As you rightly say, it's going to be a long weekend, lots of racing going on out there. Tomorrow is more interesting, some ways reverse race.
Yeah, so racing 1 and race 2, of course, are already set for the qualifying, but then, of course, the reverse race 2, and that's what goes on the course of the next races after that as well. So yeah, the ones who do well, again, have to find their way through the field, but we've seen that in recent years as well with the likes of Ryan Smith and Stuart Oliver. If they can find that little bit of a gap, which is quite hard to do on a circuit like Donington, or especially Brands Hatch, but if you can find that gap through, you can very easily make your way back towards the front.
Missing well, I received my only injury during truck racing here at Donington Park. Just got clobbered through the bottom there, just after the old hairpin there. Well, I think it was my teammate Clint Morgan at the time managed to hit the front wheel of the truck that I was driving in, snatched and hit my scaphoid on my hand, but fortunately that was my only injury in truck racing. Completely different to motorcycle racing, of course.
Which one do you prefer?
Do you know, realistically, I guess I'd have to say motorcycle racing, because it's probably the sharpest knife edge of most. Whereas nowadays, probably we all prefer diesel in some ways because of the torque and the emissions, for that matter. But it would use a hell of a lot for developing all
Ben Jenkins has just made a place up on Michael Oliver, so he's gradually working his way back through the field, but Jim Green is not really the year he would have been hoping for, but he's finding himself now a little bit lower down in the championship where he normally is, so he is there at the minute with 4th in the championship. Needs to make up points on Simon Reed, Stuart Oliver, and of course the championship leader Ryan Smith, but at the minute the Jenkins is down in now what's to be 6th.
Just had to keep changing engines every 300 kilometres.
Great. From 2nd back to 3rd is 1.3 seconds. But at that stage, Jenkins now under pressure from Michael Oliver, so just getting that place away. Michael Oliver has not relented or put the more pressure back onto him as they work their way down towards Redgate Corner, and Ricky Scarlett trying to make a move as well, but he can't pull his way to the inside or the outside, so both lines there in towards Redgate are covered, but Ricky Scarlett finds himself in a good back there actually with the likes of Frank Reed and also the front of number 3, which is going to be that of Stephen Powell, so really good three-way fight down through the crater curves.
Yeah, I think people don't quite realise how difficult truck racing can be, simply because of that speed restriction. You're sat there, there's no way you can use slipstream or anything else like that, so it is all about the braking and getting on the power coming out the corners, or your ability to get through the corners quicker. It actually makes racing tougher than it does in some other forms of motorsport.
And there's the Napa racing coming in. Yeah, so that's the one who had the problem on the first lap, I think, there for John Powell with the left one damage. Just can't quite find a gear by the sound of it, so down the lane he heads, but he's not going to take any further part, which is a shame.
Did someone's pitted?
John Powell is now the first, I think, retiree of this race so far, so up until this point, everyone's kept it pretty clean, here comes this fight, which is brilliant. David Jenkins and Michael Oliver have been together pretty much since the start.
Oh, big dive down the inside.
Get it done,
surely, no. Oh, dear. Yeah, that's not been Richard Walker, he's just dribbling the side of it.
He'd have got told off for that, though, wouldn't he?
Yeah, I mean, obviously the stewards are watching now. Well, most when Richard and I came up here, the last time we walked up here at a truck event, it was usually go to the steward because you'd done something wrong. And Tony Eaton, I think it was, would always be in front of, what was the headmaster back then, Tony Eaton.
He'll be a regular visitor, I think it's fair to say. Right, across the line now for Division 2. It's almost side by side here between, I think this is the second place actually, yeah, Brad Smith and Adam Bin. They almost got themselves changed around there, but Adam Bin backing out of the power down towards Redgate. So first, second and third in Division 2. Luke Garrett with a little bit of a margin over the rest of them. And this is, again, kicking off the weekend for Luke Garrett like it has been most of the season. He's taken almost most of the wins in terms of Division 2 this year. So he comes here with just a 13-point lead. But the likes of Josh Walford and Brad Smith have tried their best to be consistent and keep it as well.
I think there's quite a lot more restrictions, I guess, with Division 2 as far as chassis is concerned and engines, I presume.
I think it's more production-like, isn't it? Better, I think, of John Newell. He has, yeah, so the move has been made at the final corner. So Mark Taylor finally goes through on John Newell. Michael Oliver behind again, trying to get past David Jenkins at number 69. And on the outside line of David Jenkins, you probably won't find yourself through there, so try to come back to the inside. On this occasion again, now, just about ahead by the looks of it. I'm getting away here. Just comes to go. We've got the leader Ryan Smith looking good and set for another win this year. 2.4 seconds. Steve.
Worse on that.
Oh, absolutely, yeah, very, very comfortable. A second and a half is fairly comfortable generally, as long as you haven't got any brake failure issues or tyre overheating or anything else like that. No, he's running his own race now, making sure that everything's in good looks. Excellent action coming out there from the number 14 machine. Brilliant.
Yeah, John Bowler with Craig Evans tucked right behind him. The other one gets the mix there as well with the Summon Faulkner machine. That's Division 1 actually, so Division 1 Summon Faulkner, just mixing it with Division 2 at the minute. So just to speed here at Donington Park so far today.
Good job Jonathan Palmer's not up here. His grass, isn't it? Here he comes, Ryan Smith from Northside Trucks again.
There he goes. Look at it for second. It's got a little bit closer actually between. It was 0.8 of a second. It's in fact just grown that time round. So
I think if you can make a living out of your hobby, you're a lucky person.
Certainly are. So on this last lap then for Ryan Smith, he's working his way towards the right hand up on Cottage Corner. He's been absolutely to perfection once again, as Ryan, as he works his way then to the last couple of corners. Just keeping an eye on what happens in Division 2 here, because that's not quite done, I don't think. John Bowler, he's not quite done because he's having to bend. Oh, that's Southern Faulkner was met. Yeah, 92 out a bit sideways there on the final corner. So second place away of Stuart Oliver. That's a really good score for him in his first race as well. And for third place on the podium, Simon Reed. That'll be good as well. How it should be done for those three. They work their way now on this slowing down. Now look at that exuberation, plenty for Ryan Smith getting a back end step now. Say thanks to the crowd, I believe. Nice job there for Ryan, and he's going to be a happy man once he's cooled down. I bet it's quite hot in those trucks, isn't it?
Yeah, there's not a great deal of ventilation in them. It does, you are sat on top of the engine there, but there you go, doesn't matter. That's what you're supposed to be fit and athletic, realistically, around the paddock. Not everyone is, but
That's come to the line as well. Here should be a win for Luke Garrett. He's pretty much held the lead position since the start of this race. So Luke Garrett comes through up towards the line, checker flag at the ready, and it's another win this year for Luke Garrett. He will extend his championship lead as well. Second for Brad Smith, so a good race for him from what was fourth on the grid, and for Adam Bin, he moves in fact backwards from second on the grid down to third, but those three will be for the podium a little bit later on. So good calm stuff there, nothing too silly I don't think, which is fair to say in the first race of the weekend, but we've still got 4 more to come this weekend, so things could definitely change, couldn't they? There goes the Napa back truck as well of new boy this weekend, which is Paul Rivette, but all in all, great race there. Hopefully you enjoyed that. We've got more truck racing coming up a little bit later on, that second race at 5:15. But Steve,
thanks very much, Steve. Thank you for inviting me up here. Great watching it, and hope good luck to everyone for the rest of the weekend.
Thank you, Steve. A pleasure, and enjoy the rest of your weekend. I'm sure you've got plenty to do, plenty of people to see, but thank you so much for joining us for that one. Steve Parrish, of course, former truck racer, bike racer, commentator, he does everything.